one thing I love to do is celebrate the micro progress that I'm making on my goals. I celebrate myself. I literally will take myself out to dinner. Like, I am my own best date, you know? Shout out to my husband. He's taking me on some pretty good dates, but your girl knows how to take herself on a good date. You know, shopping at my favorite consignment store. I find that always celebrating that progress reminds you to be in a constant state of gratitude. Hey, Courtney Sanders here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to me, I'm a full-time online life and business coach, as well as wife and mom. I wear all the hats and do all the things, but I'm really passionate about helping you turn your success story into a 6 or even 7-figure brand. And in order to do that, this is gonna sound kind of strange, but you really need to focus on being the happiest version of yourself, which is what this video is all about. And I got this idea because I recently launched a brand new program called The Package. You can actually check out the trailer for that video here where I explain all about it and what the thought process was behind it. And so I share a lot of really inside strategies on how to package yourself, but more so how to be the package as a coach that really shows up and kind of magnetizes your audience, where instead of convincing people to join your coaching programs, you're really captivating them to do so. But one thing that I will say captivates people is people who are content with life, people who are genuinely happy in and of themselves. And I feel like that's so important to say because a lot of people seek to start online coaching businesses precisely because they're not happy. And they're like, oh, maybe if I start this business, you know, then I'll be happy. And even if you're in a situation where there's aspects of your life that you might not be the happiest about, maybe you don't, like your job or career, you don't like your financial situation or whatever, it's really important that at every moment in life, you focus on being the happiest version of yourself, especially as a coach, because that is going to radiate to your clients and that is what's going to make you attractive. And so that was really one of my secrets when I was first starting my coaching business. Even though I was a new college grad, I didn't have a certification, I, didn't have a ton of money or whatever, I had student loans and different things that I was paying off after graduating from school, I was still the happiest version of myself, even in that place. And that was very attractive to the clients that I was able to work with. And then I just got happier and happier from there, but I've always been happy at every stage of my life. So it's very important. And in this video, I'm gonna share with you the ways that you can be the happiest version of yourself starting today. All right, the first thing you need to do truly to be the happiest version of yourself is really focusing on operating in your God-given gifts and your God-given purpose. So it's no surprise, I talk about this pretty much in every other video, but I really believe that we are all put here for a reason. I believe that God created us for very, very specific purposes in this world and that we are to help others and do really amazing things. And oftentimes we are unhappy because we're not operating in the gifting that we were truly called for. So I actually don't believe that there's just one thing that everybody's supposed to do. I think that there's a multitude of ways and that we have flexibility in terms of how we express our purpose and how we express those gifts. But I think it's really important that you operate in it in some capacity. So if you're doing something just for the money, you're probably not operating in your gifting. If you're doing something just because your parents expect you to do this, or just because, you went to college for something, or, you're spending all of your time living a life based on other people's expectations, but not based on the gifts and purpose that's really been placed inside of you, then that's something that you should really evaluate, because it's gonna be a drag on your happiness and people can see it on your face. And so if you're looking to start a coaching business, again, people can kind of see that lack of glow, that lack of joy and contentment that you have in your life. And so it's really important to get connected to the source. Ask God what your purpose is if you don't know. In fact, in the description box, I'll even link a podcast episode that I have all about how to hear from God to spur you on your journey to really discover what your purpose is if you don't know it. All right, the second thing you need to do if you want to be the happiest version of yourself is simply, you need to know what it is you want, right? Too many people, again, are just going through the motions in life. It's just kind of whatever opportunities come up, they're just being tossed to and fro, and they're working a job that they didn't really want, and then sure, they got a promotion in it, but it wasn't really what they thought about that they would be doing with their life. And then 20 years later, they just kind of look up and they're not even really sure how they got here. That is not a position that you want to be in. You want to be very intentional about the life that you want to live, and you want to know what you want. And if you don't know what you want, then you can check out this video that I have here, which is all about how to get clear on what you want. Who would have thought? In fact, that was actually my first coaching product. It was actually an ebook called the Get What You Want Guide. You can still buy it today on Amazon if you want to check it out. It'll be linked in the description below, but it's so important to your personal happiness is getting clear on what you want out of life. All right, the third thing you need to do if you want to be the happiest version of yourself, and I know I am personally like ecstatic when I am doing this, and that is going after your goals. I don't know if it's just me, but nothing makes me happier than making progress towards the things that I want. In fact, New Year's is my favorite holiday. Like, I literally enjoy New Year's more than I do my own birthday, right? And I know that's kind of strange for most people. A lot of people love Christmas because they, get gifts and they get to give gifts, but I love New Year's because it is the gift of a fresh new year. It is the gift of a fresh start. I love going after goals and, stretching myself and trying new things. So if you are not a goal setting person, like, come on, what are you doing? Go ahead and set some goals. If you are fearful because you're like, man, I've set goals in the past and I haven't really achieved them, again, fresh start, you can get really committed. In fact, I have a video right here, which is all about how to set goals like a millionaire and actually achieve them. So you can check out that video from my personal goal setting process that has allowed me to do a variety of things, not just in terms of starting this coaching business, but getting into investment properties that I wanted to do, buying my dream car, a Tesla, traveling all over the world. There's lots of goals that I've had since I was like 19 years old that I am now starting to see as a reality in my life well over a decade later. And I definitely attribute it to that goal setting process that I share in this video. But trust me, going after your goals will make you a very, very happy person. All right, I have more where that came from, but first I want to hear from you. What makes you happy? Share in the comments below. All right, the next thing that you want to do if you want to be the happiest version of yourself is you gotta let go of limiting beliefs. There are so many limiting beliefs, honestly, so many lies that we hold on to, that we believe, that really prevent us from being everything that we can be, from going after those goals. And so you wanna start really identifying anything that is stopping you from being the person ultimately that you can be. So I know that there are a ton of limiting beliefs around money. A lot of people have this like false piousness of like, oh, I don't care about money, money's not important. And so they never put themselves in a position to be, really economically independent and to truly economically empower themselves. And then they wonder why they're not happy because they do not have the financial wherewithal to do the things that are important to them. So no, money is not the most important thing. You might not quote unquote care about the money, but do you care about spending time with your family? Do you care about giving to causes that are important to you? Do you care about being able to travel and to see the world? If you care about those things, then on some capacity, you have to care about money because you need money in order to do those things. So no, money will not make you happy per se, but money can definitely contribute to things that do make you happy. And so that's just an example of one limiting belief that I often have to break for people, especially in the coaching industry, because there's this idea of like, oh, I just want to make an impact. I just want to help people. I don't care about the money, and people completely forget that the money supports the impact ultimately that you want to make. So think about what are some limiting beliefs that are preventing you from doing everything that you could be doing in your life and that really are keeping you from being the happiest version of yourself. Write them down and really start to attack them when you see them pop up, and think about how you can rearrange your mindset to support the direction ultimately that you want to go in your life so that you can be the happiest version of yourself. All right, and the next thing that you'll want to do if you want to be the happiest version of yourself is to celebrate your progress. This seriously is one of my secret weapons, I would say, outside of goal setting. And I love this because it's connected to goal setting, but one thing I love to do is celebrate the micro progress that I'm making on my goals. So if I have business goals, maybe I have a dream of hitting a certain revenue or launching a certain product or, doing something major. But, if I go the whole week and I was really consistent on working on that project, I celebrate myself. I literally will take myself out to dinner. Like, I am my own best date. Shout out to my husband. He's taking me on some pretty good dates, but your girl knows how to take herself on a good date. And so I will go out for a fancy lunch. I'll treat myself to a nice bottle of wine. Like, I'll go, shopping at my favorite consignment store, whatever. I give myself little small treats to celebrate the progress on the things that I am doing in my life that, again, makes me a very happy person because I feel like I'm surrounded by possibilities, As you are getting closer to the things that you want in life and the goals that you have for yourself, the world just seems like your oyster and it just seems like one great big opportunity. And so I find that always celebrating that progress reminds you to be in a constant state of gratitude. Often when we are not celebrating our progress and we are so focused on the end result and the fact that we're not there yet, we almost create an environment to be depressed and to be angry with ourselves because all we're thinking about is, I'm not where I want to be yet. I'm not where I want to be yet. But if you focus on celebrating those little small moments on the way to where you're going, it just makes you so much happier because it's a reminder of like, wow, I'm getting closer to my dreams, and it leads you to gratitude. All right, I hope you loved this video. If you did, you're gonna love my Financial Freedom Formula workshop. This is a workshop that I created not too long ago that really walks you through the mindset that you need to create in order to have financial freedom. And just being honest, financial freedom is a huge part of being the happiest version of yourself. So if that's something that you're interested in checking out, click the link below in order to download it. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. If you loved it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you can't wait till my next video, make sure that you are subscribed to my podcast, The Courtney Sanders Show. And if you can't wait till my next episode, you can come on over to Instagram. Follow me on Instagram where I am posting content basically daily, sometimes twice daily, and showing you all the behind the scenes of everything on my stories. And so with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.